So then we have our sound check done. Obviously, everybody is here, and it's 1 minute past 8. We want to start on time because we have only 30 minutes to go through that interview. My name is Bea Corrie, and I just say welcome to all of you. I'm super, super excited. Just coming back from the leadership development in Joburg. It was absolutely amazing. And we will give you later on a little bit of feedback, what's happening in Herbalife right now, what was happening there in Joburg, why they are all so crazy. Miloska and FC was with me in Joburg, and Rukhsana was with me in Joburg at the LDW. Hey, FC, hey. And so there was lots of stuff happening. We want to give you some feedback. We can't tell you everything what happened in these 3 days, not because we don't want to, it's just impossible, so many emotions. But before we do that, we want to recognize people, and not just recognize them, we want to squeeze them actually like a lemon. Yeah, we want to get all the juicy stuff out of them. We want to know exactly how they did it. What did they do to achieve not just 1 month, not just 2 months? No, they achieved already 3 consecutive months, 500, minimum 500 ppv. And how they got it is with customers and with love and with care and looking after these customers. But we want to know, the magic question is always, where do I get these customers from? And how do I convert them after the trial pack? And all of these nitty-gritty questions. And this is exactly what we're doing now. So our qualifiers have qualified, not just in the meantime with the first month for the 35%, and so they moved themselves up the marketing plan from 25 to 35%. They are strong, strong, strong on their way towards the supervisor level with the right architecture. And they are also in qualification for our 6-month qualification for our Club 500, the Magic Club. I will tell you, I will share about that a little bit later. But look at that beautiful blender, NutriBullet, and I can tell you, and all of them who have already the blender, like Rukhsana, Miloska, we all mixing already busy in our NutriBullet. It's the most amazing, loving shake you get out of it. I know Priska is also on the call. She knows already that the NutriBullet blender is just the thing you have to have. But now, without any further ado, let's jump into the interviews. We have now as our first interview partner, let me go here to my next slide, our Miloska, all the way from Johannesburg. She actually qualified for World Team. It was her first LDW in March, where she was just newly qualified supervisor. And now she was at her next LDW already in the Friday Leaders Training as a World Team. So congratulations to you, Miloska. And she has the beautiful Shireen Moodley in her organization. And obviously these two ladies are doing something right, because it looks like Shireen is following her upline, Miloska, but at the same time, I think Shireen has a couple of personal tips to share, what she has actually developed already in this short time. But I leave it up to Miloska now to introduce Shireen, that we learn more about Shireen's background, product result, and actually what is Shireen doing. So over to the two beautiful ladies. Give their hand up for them. Woo!
Yeah, thank you, Bea. So I'm especially excited and especially proud of this wonderful lady, because I was actually scared to sign her up because I liked her so much as a customer. I didn't want to lose her. So, when she told me she wanted to sign up, I was like, are you sure you want to sign up? Like, yeah, 100% sure. So, but I'm so excited. She's doing so well. She comes with me to the HOMs. We've been having such a blast, and she's very teachable. She loves asking questions, and she's very good at taking in information and applying it. So I'm very proud of this woman, but I won't take too much of her time because she deserves to shine. So Shireen, if you want to maybe tell a bit about your story quickly, just like a few seconds, and then we'll jump into the questions if you want to.
Okay, hi, I'm Shireen. I'm a teacher and I've got 2 kids. So my life is very demanding and stressful. I joined Herbalife in April. Well, I actually started taking the products in April, and I fell in love with the results. And I joined Miloska as a distributor in May.
Yay.
And I don't regret having joined.
Yay. Yay. Okay, awesome. So, tell me quickly, honey, how many clients do you have at the moment?
Okay, I would say 8, but they're increasing because I have to keep tabs on them because I just got 2 messages from a security guard that I met. And he gave my number to some other friends, and they just contacted me just now to tell me, you know what, they're interested in Herbalife as well. So, yes, it's growing. The numbers are growing.
That's amazing. Yes, and referral business is the best business.
That's true.
Because you don't have to convince them. So anyway, okay, so how do you attract clients and members, if you have any members at the moment? What is your methods of operation and what do you feel works best for you?
Okay. For the guys out there, right? You need to try and get at least 5 to 7 clients. Now, the way to do it is Herbalife has the amazing 3-day trial. And that's awesome because you're not forcing a customer to buy a jar of shake and then they don't like it and they can't go through. 3 days, I think anyone can sacrifice eating junk food for 3 days. And so it's easy to attract customers that way. And with the 3-day trial, they're going to find results. If they're going to eat, you're going to give them an eating plan as well to motivate them and tell them, you know what, you should be snacking, don't starve. So you give them a meal plan that helps them to know what are the proteins they can take, the carbs, and also the water intake. That's very important. And after 3 days, they're going to find results. And this is going to get them excited because anybody, if you see results, you are motivated. And then it's going to draw them to want to go onto the products full time. Okay? Also, to attract clients, I would say first, have a story. Okay? So I'm going to give you 4 points. One is have a story. The second is use the products. The third, wear the badge. Okay, let me show you my badge. Okay. And the fourth, be sincere. Show genuine interest in your clients. So let's get back to number 1. Have a story. Each one of us needs to have our own story. Okay? Your story, your weight loss experience, your experience with the Herbalife products, and that is going to draw customers in. Because when you tell them about your story, it's genuine. And it's like, wow, guys, you won't believe it. But with the 3-day trial, I lost 10 centimeters around my waist, 16.9 centimeters in total. Automatically, I've grasped your attention.
Yes.
And then you go on and you tell them about the product, okay? My story is also unique because Miloska knew I was asking a lot of questions about the 3-day trial because I just went for a hysterectomy. And ladies, you know about hysterectomies and hormones and stuff like that. So I had to be very cautious of the take to help me with my weight loss. And if I went on any other diet meds, I would have probably had hormonal problems, and that could have been very dangerous. But with the Herbalife products, it was safe, and I also obtained and achieved results. So it was awesome. So have a story, your story. What were your results with Herbalife? Next, use the products. I promise you guys, okay, I'm going to be doing an ad now, okay? But when you use these products, you draw customers in. At school, when I get to school in the morning, I'll make my tea. Now, obviously, people are curious. They're going to want to know, Shireen, what are you putting in that cup of water? And then here's your opportunity, right? Without me going to them, they came to me and I share my story about Herbalife. And I tell them about the products. And the teachers can also see the difference, because teaching, you get drained, you're tired, you're exhausted at the end of the day. But with the tea, I've got more energy, and wow, it's amazing. And they can also see I've been losing weight, so they want to know, what are you doing? And then you get to share your stories. So you need to use the products, because when you use the product, then you can tell them, yes, you can experience the energy levels with the tea, right? You can feel the difference with aloe and all the other products. So try the products out. Be the brand, okay, if I must say so. Then next, yes, also wear the badge. Very important, because the badge, it's amazing. It just draws customers to you. Okay, I was in the mall yesterday and a man walked up to me and he said, 3-day trial, is it for free? So I said, well, it's close to free, it's 99 Rand. And then we got talking, and he took my number down, and he fortunately lives close to me in Edenvale. So he said he'll call me up. And I said, come along and have But what I'm saying is, this badge is amazing. It draws customers. You don't even have to go out there. People will come to you and say, tell me about Herbalife, right? The next is, oh yes, that's how I met the security guard. And he asked me about Herbalife as well. And now I've got 2 customers who have contacted me. So the badge is amazing, right? Yes, Miloska, I want to get those big badges. Okay. The next is, be sincere and show genuine interest in your clients. Okay, as much as we want to get our volume points, and that's good, but then we also need to be genuine. Show your customers that you care, and that's gonna make you different from all the others out there that are selling the different products that are on the market. So with Herbalife, we need to show we care, we genuine. Okay, keep in contact with your customers. Chat to them, check on their progress. This makes them feel appreciated. They feel like you're supporting them. Okay, I know when I had Miloska as my coach, it was amazing, because I felt so special. She was messaging me all the time to check, how are you taking your tea? And it just, we all want somebody who cares. And when you get that, it makes you feel really special. Okay, and to have that support, and guess what? We're giving that support for free. So that makes it even worthwhile. And yes, sometimes having a good sales pitch is okay. But when you show people you care, you know, even if they drop out and they stop taking the products for a while, they will come back to you, because they know this person genuinely cared. And they will also now go and tell others about the products, right?
Yeah.
People, there's a saying I want to read to you quickly. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. And that's by Maya Angelou. And I think that's very important, okay? That sets us apart as Herbalife wellness coaches, okay? Also, being a wellness coach, I believe we are vessels of God. We are instrumental in touching lives. So take care of your customers, and then stay consistent. Sorry, there was a 5th point. Okay, there was 5 points. Stay consistent. Don't quit. Okay, even when the road you're trudging on seems all uphill, don't quit. Okay, don't get despondent. And trust in God and commit your plans to Him. Because when His favor is upon you, you will flourish. You will find that sometimes you started off with 5 clients and 3 of those clients decide to drop out. Okay? Don't get despondent. The struggle you're in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. Okay? And remember, there's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. So it might seem hard.
Wow, 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 wow. Shireen, I mean, I didn't know a lot of you, but you impressed, I must say. I can feel the teacher. I can feel the passion. I can feel the love. And this is why I understand you are so super successful. I must tell you a little bit the numbers, or maybe Shireen, you know the numbers better, or Miloska. What were the personal purchase volume points in the first, second, and now July is actually her third month? Do you know your volume points?
Not exactly. I know they were like, it was about maybe 500 and something in the first month, and then about 700 in the second, and I think it's like 700 and something now as well.
What?
And the month is not finished. She has already more than 700. Absolutely stunning. And you know what I like with that now is it's about something. It's about something. That's magical, because somebody who chases volume points is knowing exactly always the volume points. They just look for the volume points. And that's often a big problem in our business to become serious successful, because you just look for volume points, you just look for money, you don't care about the people. What we could do with you now, we are really in the people's business, and you care about the people. You said already the magic number, minimum of 5 to 7 new customers every month, where you actually help 5 to 7 new people be healthier, happier, feel taken care of. This is the magic, actually. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely stunning. Miloska, do you still have a question? Or I think Shireen was so brilliant and answered already everything.
Yeah, I just want to know, just quickly, if you have any tips for any of the new members, or even for us, because I believe we learn from everybody. And then what is the most important thing that you've learned in your Herbalife journey?
Okay. For the new customers, just remember, I'm sorry for the new members, remember, just have your story, use the products, wear the badge, and be sincere and genuine, and stay consistent. As for me, what I've learned from the Herbalife business is it's about family. Herbalife equals family. Okay?
Yeah.
And we've got, with Herbalife comes help, motivation, and support. I mean, we have our awesome Bia as well from the president's team, who's always giving us assistance, guidance. We love you, Bia. And then I've got my world team, Miloska. So with Herbalife, there's no competition between the members. Everyone wants to assist the next one to succeed. And I think that's awesome. So if you're struggling as a new member, don't be afraid to ask. And that's what I love about the Herbalife family, is that, you know, you've got a customer who has a problem, and you can just put a message on our group, and people will respond and help you. Whether the person is diabetic or whatever, the team will rally and give you assistance. And that's very important. So the support and the recognition that you get from Herbalife, because I'm in the teaching profession, and yes, it's a calling, they say, and it's rewarding, but of recent times it's been very stressful and hectic. And I think recognition is very important, because when you get recognition, it motivates you, and that's what inspires us to keep on going. And you know, I went to the one meeting and they were handing out certificates even to the customers who were just trying to use the product. And these customers were all chuffed and excited because now they were getting certificates. But it just motivates people. And I think that's very awesome about Herbalife. Okay? Yes.
Beautiful. Awesome. Wow.
And one more thing.
Shireen. Absolutely beautiful done. Thank you so much, Shireen, Miloska. And we go straight over to our next beautiful interview, to other beautiful ladies. We have so many beautiful ladies. Men, where are you?
Yes.
But we have also a wonderful men. But today is in preparation for Women's Month. More women on the call, which is also cool. So we have here our international senior consultant, NutriBullet achiever and Club 500 Plus achiever, Lemise van Reenen, and she will be interviewed by our beautiful international world team, Roxana Suttenberg, all the way just back now from the LDW Johannesburg. but sitting here in Cape Town with us. So I'm just now curious what you found out. Just remember, we have limited time. Unfortunately, you don't need to rush through. We want to know the nitty-gritty, but let's stay also a little bit with our eyes on the time, okay? Over to the two of you and give up with a big hand.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And as everyone know, I just have to say, Shireen, well done. You were super awesome. I can definitely see where you're getting your info from. Your upline, I have to say she's the best ever. So well done.
Oh, I love you all so much.
So I have my beautiful Amy sitting right next to me. Just a little bit of intro. We went to school together. We know each other for a very long time. She came to approach me because she saw my results on Facebook. And ever since then, the rest is history. She just qualified for NutriBullet. She's loving her product. But before I give her story, I think she can introduce her own story in a little bit of space of time and just say what the results are for now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Louise, and I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3 boys. And I haven't worked for the past couple of years. So I was introduced to Herbalife by Rukrana in January. I have since then lost 10 kilograms and 109 centimeters.
Ooh,
and I then decided the end of March I would like to become a member. So yes, I've become a member and the rest is history.
So seeing that you became a member and in the 3 months, what was your personal purchase volumes for month 1, month 2, and month 3?
Okay, so I know for month 1, it was about just a little bit over 500 points. Month 2 was over 600 points. And month 3 for me is now at 450 points.
To date.
Okay. Up until now.
So with all of these points, just tell us exactly what your profit was so far.
For this month, I've got, thus far, I've made a profit of 1,400 Rand.
So in all, how much clients do you have? How much clients are you servicing at the moment?
At the moment, I have 8 clients.
Okay, and how did you find those 8 clients? What was your way of attracting those 8 clients to you?
Well, first of all, I never wore the badge in the beginning. I was quite intimidated by the badge, actually, and by just my own transformation, people asking me, especially family and friends, what have I been using or what are you on? Because not only did they see the physical transformation, but also the fact that my attitude changed so much. I was more confident and happier, much happier when I started using Herbalife. Why? I don't know, but happier, yes.
Okay. So tell us, what is the most important thing that you've learned from being a Herbalife in this career so far?
Okay, for me in the beginning, it was, I was learning about, when I became a member, about the business, and I was always just learning about the business. But ultimately for me, it is now so important to know that you are working with people, their lives, changing lifestyles, and so it is very important for you to sit with people and chat to them and discuss how they feel and why they want to change, because everyone wants to be healthier. We don't have the proper tools, which I would say is Herbalife, to do that, and then the proper help, obviously, which is a coach. So no matter how much you want to change, you need that help. And so that is why we are here to help those people. So for me, it is the most important thing is to speak to people and to let them know what you can offer them. Besides just offering them the products, but what you yourself can offer them. And they can see that by the way you take care of yourself. So that is very important for me.
Okay. So what is a special tip to new members? What example can you give them or to make a success of their business as you have been now
for the 3 months in running, with obviously your points pushing up from 500 and doing more every month. What special tip can you give the members?
Okay, so for me, first and foremost, we're not just selling products. We are working with people, taking care of their health and their wellness. And mainly for me, it is a couple of my clients are people that have illnesses. So for me, you must know the products, how it works individually, and obviously for people, so that you can explain to them and help them in that way. So it's not just about selling the products, it's about being there for your clients, it's about taking care of them and just not for emotional purposes, and not only physically for them to change, but to help them mentally too, because it's a mindset change. It's not just a change of losing weight and being thin. It's your whole mindset and changing your lifestyle. And so when you're always there for them, then it will be a long-term thing. And so long-term means having your clients and having them over the long term, and maybe even making them into members in the future. So that is my tip I have.
Okay, awesome!
Beautiful. Perfect. Well done. I just would like to give it to the audience. If there is 1 or 2 questions, I would say we can take 2 questions either to Lemise or to Shireen. Is there any question?
I have a question for Shireen.
Okay. Yes.
I just want to know, with everything that you've done so far, you said you have 8 customers, correct?
Yes.
How do, with having your 2 kids, and the reason why I'm asking this because Lemise also has kids.
Yes.
So with having your 2 kids and your full-time job, how do you manage the time that you have, having your family time and time for your customers?
Okay. Yes. You somehow work the time around. You work your way around, okay? My family's been very supportive because they can see I'm finding joy and personal fulfillment with Herbalife. So they've been very supportive as well. Like now the kids are away. They're not disturbing me whilst I'm on this meeting. Right? So, yes, the support of your family does count, okay? And I think you just have to try and prioritize and time management, yes. Make time for everything, yes.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Super. 1 more question. Going once? Going twice? I have 1 more question. Shireen, Lemise, did you get already referrals?
Referrals. Yes, actually I have from 2 of my clients, and then they don't refer me because of Herbalife per se, but because they say, you must meet her, she's a great coach and she knows what she's doing, and let her teach you about the products. So yes, just because of that, I have had 2 referrals, yeah.
Perfect. Shireen?
Yes, I've also had referrals. I've got 3 clients from referrals.
Super. Wow. This is one last tip I want to give to you. It's always great when you get new customers. But if you want to make your life a little bit easier, and when you put so much love and passion in having your customers and looking well after them, ask actively for referrals, or start to offer them to make a shake party at their house, that they can invite friends and family to their house, that you're more willing to come to them and explain it there. This can drive your business like crazy, because when your customers have great results, that might be a potential member. And we know that within 5 to 7 customers, there is a potential member. And sometimes this potential member is a little bit undercover, and they don't show it really actively that they are interested. And this is why I give you another tip for all of them who listened the very first time here, or maybe brand new. You want to achieve 3 consecutive months, a minimum of 500, but you also want to have at the same time new members, new coaches in your team who duplicate you with the same love and passion. So be always open to listen when people are looking for a business opportunity, Or even actively invite your clients, not for business, but just take them along for the Herbalife Opportunity Meeting or for the next BBS and Customer Recognition Day we have, just that they see a bigger picture from Herbalife. And you might be surprised that they want to become your next coach and will be a copycat of you. And this is actually the huge advantage then in the market, that we can make a serious difference, because maybe help. And this was a great question from you, Roxana, where you were asking about the time management when you have children. Now, there you really can duplicate yourself, that you can bring more help out there in the market. You might be only able to help 5 to 7 new clients directly every single month and looking well after your existing customers. But when you think now you have 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5 members out there looking also after 5 to 7 customers. This means your entire group is all of a sudden looking after 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people every single month with the same love and passion. Each one looks after 5 to 7 new clients, but the entire group looks after far more people. And this is where we can make a direct and an indirect difference out there in the world and in our communities. So just start to duplicate yourself. Well done for the interview tonight. Please give it up for them and give them a big hand. Roxana, Lamit, Shireen, Miloska, absolutely brilliant. Stunning, well done. But I want to jump over, and I warn you now already, we are over time and we will be over time. I can't help it, can't change it now, but I don't want to hold it back. A little bit of feedback from the Leadership Development Weekend, and I just hand straight over there back to Roxana. She was with us in Joburg. Roxana, you can't explain all 3 days. We don't have the time, and it's difficult actually to give all the emotions. I know that. Maybe just pick on one absolute highlight which stood out for you, which you carry now in your heart and in your mind around you, which speaks the most to you all the time now.
Thank you, Bea. If I'm going to act exactly how I feel right now, I don't think anyone's going to hear me because I'm going to start screaming. But my emotions are inside, I swear. It was nothing short of amazing. And it's true what Bea said, it's going to take me way longer than a few minutes to explain. But the most important thing that stood out for me is to never, ever give up. Doesn't matter what space of mind you're in, doesn't matter what you are going through, doesn't matter how much no's you've got. For every no, there is a yes. For every possible, there's always going to be one out there. And for me, yes, every single person has got their down days. It is normal for you to have it. But just don't ever give up. You will never, ever know what the future holds for you. It's something that everyone says and everyone always tells you, but there's this one person that keeps on telling you, especially going to the Leadership Development Weekend, you get to meet so much people, and the same people can give you the same message, but I promise you, if it comes out of someone else's mouth at a specific time, that is going to stick with you all the time. And yet I know your mentor will tell you the same thing, and your upline will tell you the same thing, but is that one specific person that says the exact same words, and that's going to stick with you. And that for me was more important than anything else, is to never ever give up. So I just want to say thank you for Bea, and thank you for Miloska and everyone for the awesome weekend. It was magnificent, and I so can't wait for the next one.
I'm so jealous. I'm missing the next one.
I have one quick question, Roxana, you went now all the way to Joburg to be on your own at the Leadership Development Weekend. You didn't have team there. But we have the Leadership Development Weekend now coming up in Cape Town. So what went on in your mind to make all that effort to go to Joburg when you know a similar Leadership Development Weekend, obviously with different speakers, comes up in Cape Town? Why did you do that?
Well, for a slight change in this conversation, I've got a condition called FOMO. And the FOMO is I have extreme fear of missing out. But besides that, I have a few members in Johannesburg as well. So for me, I needed to motivate them and to show them the dedication that I have to be with them, and together the dedication and the love I have in what I'm doing. I will go to any ends to ensure that I never ever miss an event. And that is the information that I got from the LDW together with Nasli and Nizam Nicol. For those of you who don't know them, they're currently a Millionaires team. And there was one thing that I took from her, and she said to me, no matter what, make sure that you never ever miss an event, because you don't know what you're going to learn or get to know when you're at an event, whether it's the smallest HOM, whether it's a BBS, whether it's an LDW, and you definitely do not miss an extravaganza. There's just no way. It's like the thing. No matter where it is, you just don't miss it. I don't care if you need to sell your husband or sell your wife, you just go. So yes, that's what I got.
Thank you. Thank you. You can see we are all a little bit crazy here coming back from the LDW, and we're just over the moon in love with Herbalife. But FC, I also see you in the picture, so I just ask you also quickly, what was one special thing in a short nutshell, what stood out for you on the weekend at your at your leadership development weekend?
I think, look, like Rishona said, there was a lot of stuff that was said and that was really, really special. But the thing that really stood out the most for me, and I still, the one thing that I can't get out of my head is what Karen Smith said, get uncomfortable. And that is so true, because it just made me think, like, you need to be crazy, because people might call you crazy, but the crazy people are the ones that everyone looks up to. The crazy people are the ones that inspire everyone. So really just get out of your comfort zone, do what you fear. I really, because I mean, like I said, even today, I started speaking to my customers that I sold cars to. And he was still asking me about stuff about the car, and I said, no, I don't work at Renault anymore. And I was just like, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity. And I just told him, let me come over to evaluation with you. And he said, yeah, it's fine. His wife will definitely like it. I mean, for me, that was like a big uncomfortable thing, because I only used to talk about work with these people. So, yeah, like I said, get uncomfortable. Really, just go do something. If you feel like, no, I'm going to make a fool out of myself, great. Just go do it. We actually listened to a motivational speaker today, Jordan Belfort, and he said, you know, people won't smash you off or look down on you if you go do something that's out of the ordinary. But if you just go with the crowd and don't do anything to it, you won't stand out. Yeah, again, get uncomfortable. Do what you don't want to do. Just go do it.
Awesome. You know what I love about that? As she said yesterday to me, and I write a list with 100 names, and I will contact all of these people, and I can see he has started with it. And this is the magic. Not just going to a training, within 24 hours, put it into action. High five to you, FC. Excellent. Brilliant. And over to you, Miloska. In a nutshell, tell us, what did you get most out of the leadership day?
Oh my goodness. I've never actually heard Karen Smith talk. I've never heard her actual story. She always closes off the event. But yesterday I have found a new respect for that woman. She was telling us how she wore paper earrings for a year so that she could earn those earrings for real. And this woman is already president's team at that point, but she was wearing paper earrings in her ears every single day in front of everybody. Like he says, get uncomfortable, make yourself a fool if you have to, but go for your dream. Anyway, the thing that she said for me was on the Friday training, and I mean, I actually checked it, I didn't even write it down, but I haven't forgotten that sentence since I heard it. She said that if you are inspired, you will inspire others. If you get inspired, people will be inspired. And for me, I feel like we get in this space, especially when we start getting members in the business and all that stuff, we start focusing on trying to teach other people something verbally instead of
instead of inspiring them with action, you know. And for me, that was like amazing. So, I mean, they were saying, you know, like, get back to the distributor that you were your first month in the business when you grinded your butt off to get somewhere. Be that person every single day. Find the thing that makes you jump out of your bed in the morning and get you excited to work every single day. Because she says, like, she's been in the business 22 years and her vision is bigger than it ever was. And this guy we were listening to this morning, he said that any successful entrepreneur, all they're doing is getting other people to buy into their vision, and everybody benefits from it. So this for me is just tied into what stood out for me, because the getting uncomfortable thing, I think I already kind of make a fool of myself all the time anyway. So I don't really care about that. But the thing is, for me, I lose my passion sometimes because I've got this high expectation of myself. And we're in the best business. It's fun, it's magic. It can be so much fire in your life, but it takes work to keep it like that. It takes work to remember that you love what you do, and that's what's supposed to be the fuel in your engine, not the numbers, not the targets, not the no's, because those things will suck the life out of your business. And this weekend just got me totally in love with my job again. It got me in love with my clients again. I mean, I found so many new customers just when we were out in the casino, walking around there, all this stuff. So I am absolutely on fire for this business all over again. And I just remembered, like, it starts with you. It starts with your boss, with your whole team, and people that you meet along the way will be drawn to you like a magnet just because you've got that flame going inside of you. And that is, for me, the biggest lesson, because that's why I got into Herbalife. And if I forget that, my Herbalife business will suffer. But if I remember that, it will just keep exploding. So yeah, that was, sorry, in a nutshell, what I got from the weekend.
Sorry, if I can just quickly add
to all of you. Woo-hoo! Thank you very much for sharing, everybody. And I just want to cross quickly a few stories, and I don't go into detail because I know our time is up already. But I share here a photo with you. On the left-hand side, you see Steve Artman with the beautiful Mercy. She has actually lost 46 kilos 1 year and 11 months ago. Or actually, she started on the products 1 year and 11 months ago and has lost 46 kilos. But out of that journey and her weight loss, she developed a career for herself. She comes from Soweto. She comes from a poor background, and she is now super, super successful. She is not just supervisor. She has in her team already developed 3 active supervisor lines. This is the reason why she was on stage, meaning her team serves in the meantime already at least, let me count quickly, a minimum of 100 clients every single month. How did she get started? 500 minimum, 500 by 3 plus 2, serving 5 to 7 new clients every single month and looking to find a new member who is doing exactly the same. And this is how they develop the passion. On the right-hand side, you see Maureen Jovert. She comes from Pretoria. And why I picked her is actually, she went last year, this year now actually, through a divorce. And you know, life happens. This is, I don't want to make it too dramatic, but she actually is in a situation that she gets no money at all from that husband, which happens, and we don't want to go into drama right now. But she was on stage and said, and Herbalife, if I wouldn't have Herbalife, I wouldn't know what I do, because she wouldn't have a cent. And she's in an age group where you don't go easily and find a job. But Herbalife does not ask you how old you are or what is your background. But what she knew is Herbalife gives you an opportunity. And she stood on stage because she developed 5 active supervisor lines, meaning not just that she's an active supervisor, she has 3 different lines who are active supervisor. For those who are on a supervisor level already, an active supervisor is doing a minimum of 2,500 volume points every single month, meaning a supervisor serves with his members together a minimum of 25 customers, meaning she, together with her team, serves a minimum of 150 customers. In her case, I know she serves more than 200 customers every single month, not on her own, directly and indirectly, because she has a team of coaches who are doing exactly the same with the same passion like she is doing. And then here on the left-hand side, you see a couple in the front and a couple of the back. The couple in the back is, they are both, all the two couples are actually just qualified global expansion team. That means they serve in the market a minimum of 200 clients together with their members. And Abigail and her husband, who stand in the background, they work 18 hours a full-time job. They have children, and the Herbalife business is very part-time since January 2016. That is 1 year and 6 months, and they were fully qualified global expansion team, serving in the market more than 200 people. The only thing what they were focusing on qualifying for the vacations, and they were inspiring their team qualifying for the vacations as well. So they were all about the vacation, and the vacation. This made actually the difference, serving more people out there in the market, and this actually developed them to a marketing plan level where they couldn't believe that they achieved it already. And the couple in the front, the lady actually started her business on her own. She was desperate to find a job. She's from Lesotho. I don't know if you know, but Lesotho has a very low average income and has a high rate actually of people who don't find a job. And she was looking for a job because she didn't know how to bring food on the table for her children. And what she did, she was just looking for a job, and her later sponsor actually offered her the Herbalife opportunity. She first didn't want to take it. Then finally she took it, to make a long story short. And then the sponsors told her, now you need Shape Tea and Aloe that you can sample to your customers, and you need the membership pack. What meant for her, she needed money, but she didn't have the money. But she was so desperate to make a change in her life, to make a difference in her life and a difference to her children, so she borrowed the money. But now she had the breakfast basically for the children sorted. She knew now this is healthy breakfast, but she knew she needs also lunch and dinner for the children. And she said to her sponsor, but I need now at least a loaf of bread before I go home. And he said, find customers. And she went out in her desperation, started to speak to people the same day. And she brought the people to her sponsor. The sponsor helped her with the wellness assessment till she understood what exactly to do. And on this very first day, she only earned 30 Rand, but it was enough to buy a loaf of bread, and it was enough to give her confidence. I get goosebumps when I share this story with you. It was enough that she started to believe in herself that she can make it. And now she is fully qualified global expansion team. On a global expansion team level, you earn an average 20 to 30,000 Rand in a month. What started actually, and it's just a starting point. I could cry when I think of that story and that passion, and that really, we can make things happen for the people. This is why I tell you, if you know people who look for an opportunity, show them our opportunity. On the right-hand side, you see a couple, and for the Joburgers, please make it possible. Sorry, this is my reminder for the focus group. Make it possible, Joburgers. Go to the BBS now on Saturday. You will hear their incredible story. This couple started at the age of 18 and 19 years old. They're 3 years in the business. 2 years they were stumbling around, not really knowing what to do. 1 year now, and they shot up to a level which is more than double from a global expansion team, what I tell you just now. Youngsters where I look and please teach me, please let me know. This is absolutely amazing. This is mind-boggling. This is stuff what you learn on a leadership development weekend. Sorry, I can't go there more into detail, but the serious question is there to close it off a little bit. To get 5 to 7 new customers, we need 15 wellness assessments. So not every wellness assessment leads to a customer. To get a new member in your team, we need the 15 wellness assessments. We need the 5 to 7 new customers. So, and Shireen and Lemmy said it beautiful. The magic part starts with ourselves. Become the best version of yourself. And then ask yourself, how much impact do you want to make out there in the market? We can help people to lose weight, to have more muscle, more energy. The people need us out there. It's just a question how much we go out there and talk to the people. And at the end, I just want to share with you the promotion, that you don't forget it. We have our NutriBullet waiting for you for the supervisor promotion. You know about that. If you don't know, then let me explain to you at a later stage. For the supervisors, there's the Club 1000 Plus Club, which is basically based on that. For the supervisors, you base your business now on a minimum of 10 customers, 10 to 15 customers on a monthly basis, and obviously helping you coaches to find our business opportunity and develop them. And there should be also the slide in actually for the Club 500. I can't see it right now, but for all the members, we have the Club 500 Club starting slow with 5 to 7 customers and having 1 new member each month. And this develops you in the Club 500, where the most amazing prizes are waiting for you, including the Lady Tanita, where you get the magic scale. So go for the magic scale. And those who still can make it possible, really, I beg you, I do anything you want me to do and support you and assist you, make it possible to go to the leadership development on the 28th and 30th. If you think Miloska, FC, and Ruxana and Victor, they are all a little bit crazy tonight, you know what? You're right. And we want to be crazy because we don't want to be normal. We want to make a difference out there in the world. We want to make an impact out there in the world. We want to be the health angels. And we invite you just to be with us, the health angels out there, and make a difference out there. So please get your gut together. If you're a supervisor and have not your ticket, get it right now that you are at the Leadership Development Weekend. Just check the qualifications. And it's still time to go for the vacations, Miami, Tenerife. And it's now officially announced that we go to the Melia Zanzibar in Tanzania. So South African can choose between 3 different destinations. The date is already clear. It's a 5-star resort. There's an extra travel voucher of 750, not rand, euro. My angels, this is super offer from Herbalife there. This is so cool because it's an all-inclusive resort as well. So this is absolutely cool. And so then we have the extravaganza in Madrid coming up. So the serious people go to Madrid. And then we have obviously our African extravaganza. And this is where I really want to put the highlight on, because it's now officially announced who are our guest speakers. And this is absolutely incredible. You talk about 3-day trial, Shireen. We talk about 6-day trial. Some of us make 3 days. Some of us make 6-day trial. These are the founders of the trial pack. They came into the business and they have an amazing story. Jane is a teacher, but not from profession, but a teacher from heart. She can teach you things how they develop their business. They are not just president team. They have more than 5 different president team lines actually in their organization. They earn money. You even don't believe it. They have a lifestyle. You won't believe it. You just must see and come. It's absolutely incredible. David, as you see him here on the photo, this is really him. You're gonna laugh, really. You will have such a workout for your muscles, for your tummy muscles, because you laugh the entire time. But he is a really great guy. Then our Herbalife president, Des Walsh, is coming, and you have the one and only opportunity to meet our director of the board of all the scientists, David Heber. When you Google his name, he has credentials longer than my arm, actually, what he has achieved in his career. Wrote a lot of books. This is the one and only opportunity, actually, in South Africa to meet all these guys at one spot. And this is the 13th or 15th of October. Make sure every member can go to the extravaganza Saturday, Sunday, the 14th and the 15th October. Every supervisor has a special training on the 13th of October. So everybody who is right now on the call, shouldn't be a question with that plan, what we discussed tonight, that you can qualify already as a supervisor. So make your plans now. The flights are cheaper when you book them now if you want to fly. There's cheaper accommodation. Maybe you want to look for an apartment or you have family there. Make your plans now. Make your commitment now. And most important, book your ticket now. This is the upfront decision. People who want to become successful in life, they don't wait for the last minute. They do it now. And this is where Herbalife wants to give you an extra gift. When you are somebody who thinks like a leader, who thinks somebody who wants to make a change in his life, they want to reward you. So the early bird people who order their ticket now before the end of the month, it will be not extended and it's only limited. They will get this beautiful branded 2-liter water bottle with the Herbalife logo on it as an extra gift for your ticket. So make sure, get your ticket, get it now, and then just get lots of members joining you for this incredible event. This event gonna write history, I can tell you already. And there's the gala dinner, so for all supervisors, really get clear about the gala qualification. When you help 2 members directly sponsor to achieve their 500 PPV 3 months consecutive, you are in the gala dinner, and obviously you make your 3 months 2,500. So in closing, yeah, we managed it to do it on time in an hour instead of 60 minutes, so I apologize, but I think there was so much valid information from our interview partners in it. So thank you again to Shireen, Miloska, FC, to Ruxana and to Lemise. You're absolutely awesome. We got lots of value out of it tonight. And I want to finish with that. I got that on an email today and I thought that's so true. You are a winner. The tests of life are not meant to break you, but to make you. This is from Norman Vincent Peale. So from all of us, love and blessings for a great evening further and a fantastic, fantastic week. And in closing with Jim Rohn, the fact is that living the life of your dreams is possible. People prove that every day someone, somewhere is going to get rich, get healthy, and improve their life. My recommendation is this: let it be you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. And have an awesome, awesome evening and an awesome, awesome week. And the focus group we see all just now. Bye.
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 And it's recorded. I will upload it so you can
yes.
Don't forget. Okay. I hope the security sounds okay.
No.
Not just really quickly on my phone. I won't pick up now. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Tommy. For